Hi, this is Stacy with the Fat Karateka, and I have been at the AOKH training seminar for the past 12 hours?
Yeah, just about 12 hours.
Yeah, we've been here for 12 hours.
It's longer than that.
So we're a little tired. This is Sensei Eddie from the Romeoville Isshinryu Karate Club, and today he was teaching us about arnis.
Yes, correct. Filipino martial arts. Some people call it arnis, some people call it eskrima, some people call it kali, but it all comes from the Filipino region, those islands in the Pacific Ocean.
Now, you said that the stick can represent another weapon.
The original Filipinos, from what my understanding is, that they used it as a substitute for a sword, a bolo, a machete, so that every time a hit happened, it was actually a cut. There was actually that strike, that slice, that killing stroke. So when the sticks come involved, some people still treat it that way, as that substitute. So a lot of their techniques would come in and hit here, not just striking, they're striking, cutting, striking, slicing. And then there's some programs that use it as a stick, like the presentation I gave to these. So it's an actual impact blunt weapon to be used that way as well.
Now, Isshinryu is an Okinawan style, but this is a Filipino weapon. How did you learn this?
My instructor, the Filipino in the Pacific Island martial arts, so Philippines, Indonesia, Okinawa, Japan, even the Hawaiian Islands, the Kempo that came through the Hawaiian Islands. His name is W. Hakakai. He has his organization called the Scientific Fighting Congress. He is a former Army military policeman. He's a former police officer in Texas. He originally started Ed Parker Kempo, but then trained extensively with both Remy Prisas and Ernesto Prisas in their family arnis system. He also had some experience in the Dan Inosanto, Jeet Kune Do Filipino martial art lineage as well. So what he's done is he's taken the best of the Philippine martial arts, including Indonesia, Japan, Okinawa, Hawaii, and combined that into more of a streamlined system, which he calls the Pacific Archipelago Combatives Program. So it's the skeleton of those systems, and then it gives at least a new student a really good foundation. And then if they explore some of the other Filipino martial arts, whether it's modern arnis, whether it's Inosanto Kali, the plethora of them out there, then you can kind of add in the flavor, what they like, things that suit them better, especially multiple hits or different kind of takedowns, especially a lot of spinning moves or double strike, triple strikes. But on the other side, because of his police experience and his military experience, he has more of a streamlined, what he calls his impact weapon combatives, or SDMS, and that takes away, it's almost like taking the art out of it and just kind of more the martial application. So some of the stuff you might see in the Filipino systems, you see a resemblance of it in the impact weapons, but it's just a little bit more made for the police and the military and maybe the citizen who isn't completely interested in martial art, but they want to learn how to use an impact weapon or expandable baton, things of that nature to defend themselves. And it's not just stick versus stick, that's a good training drill for it. It's, he always says it's a mixed weapons world, stick versus hand, stick versus knife, stick versus gun, hand versus hand, knife, stick, gun, and all the combinations you come with, standing, kneeling, and on the ground. So a lot of the techniques can just deal with those other weapons, not just stick to stick.
I've noticed, through learning a little bit about other styles, that there are some similarities that kind of blend together. What would you say are some similarities between the Filipino style and Isshinryu?
A lot of the flow drills that they do, whether it's one we worked on today, we did that straight, I call it the horizontal blast, which is straight punch. So I block or parry, I check, I trap, and then punch, and then you repeat the drill. Well, right away, Isshinryu Seisan, so we're here, boom, and we do this. Well, the movement is right there already. So again, if you do the punch, I just do Isshinryu, I can do this. And maybe there's one extra movement here. Maybe I go ahead and go and punch here. So those two connected together pretty well. What I found a lot is that I can take my Isshinryu kata and take some of the Filipino or the other martial arts I've learned from him and other sources, and try to pick out more like that in the kata, so that my bunkai can have a little bit more of a variation. In the Filipino martial arts, or actually more of the Indonesian silat, there's a technique called puda kapala. My instructor calls it the wheel throw. So if she throws a punch here and I block, I get kind of a bend, and I'm actually going to go this way. You're going to go down and around, and spin around and here. So now another Isshinryu instructor, who was also a student of Master Young, Chris Thomas, shows a similar technique out of that. He calls it the mobility throw out of Kusan Kukata. So that when we get to here, and then we get the kick in, and then come down to there. So it could almost be like, so if you come with that punch, so I'm here, this, and as I come around, there's my kick. Or if it's this is at least one way that I perform this technique. It may not be exactly how the other does it. So that I get the same move, because I get this up here and I bring you around, I can get to this. And now here I am in Kusan Ku. And of course, I'm not going to stand out and boom, and there I am. But it's very similar.
Plus, I've been beaten up during an interview. This is awesome.
So those are two pretty good examples that I've wholly connected with that.
Okay. Once again, this is Sensei Eddie with the Romeoville Isshinryu Karate Club in Romeoville.
In Romeoville, yes, we teach at the Romeoville Recreation Department. So 4 nights out of the week, the program's been there 30, 35 years now. I've been running it for 17, so it's been a fun time.
And if people want more information about your karate club?
You can go to www.romeovilleisshinryu.com. Do a Google search for Romeoville Karate, or also do a Google search for our Facebook page.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.